I can only hope. I've not been finding much, and chances are that mirror's broke. Back end looks alright, but it's gonna be broke or blunted. It's blunted. Well, see if we can find one more at the point. Well, I've come up on my heartbreaker. Man, it's sickening too. Just sickening. Dang it. Boy, that's a shame. Ah, that just stinks. Well, I think I've walked up on one. That's so ironic. I actually saw this piece of flint right here. Reached down to check it, and then I seen that. Never did even see that. Seen this first. No telling how many times I've done that. That's a day maker. Sure enough. Just awesome. Red tip going on. Clean up pretty. I'm gonna keep on looking. I'm just having to scrounge, but it's all growed up. Walked to death. I mean, walked half to death. Somebody in it all the time, all day long. Well, I believe I've got something else, but I'm not quite sure how it's laying, even if it's anything. Let's flip it. It's another blunt. Yep. They salvaged a lot of points off of this field. And sidekick too. And I'm glad they do. Let's keep looking. Well, we can only hope for the best, prepare for the worst. This field's broken up bad. It's got a little bit, but not much. Hey, we'll take that. Used up, but nevertheless, it's complete. Alright, keep on looking. I got several things I was hadn't videoed. I got some yesterday afternoon. It was near dark whenever I was here. Got a few. I didn't record them. I'll get them all on cleanup. Nothing spectacular, but when you put them all together, it makes a pretty good pile. Well, I've got a potential. I seen that, and I started messing with it because I wanted to make sure it had a tip before I turned the camera on. Because I've turned the camera on a bunch of times today, and it don't have a tip or a base, either one. But I think it's got a base and a tip. That was beautiful. You don't know how proud I am to find that. When you hunt and you hunt and you hunt and you hunt, and they're scarce anyway, and then everything you find is broke. Well, if you find one with a tip and a base and everything there, you better be thankful. It's gonna clean up pretty, I believe. I believe it's got a banded right in there. Maybe some cortex with a base. We'll get it cleaned up and tell more about it here in a little bit. Them like that right there is enough to take the wind out of you. It just makes me sick. It's old, but still makes me sick. That thing would have been a monster. It's 3 inches, every bit of it, and you can see how much of the tip's gone. Well made. That's why the ball bounces. There's the pile of Flint. I don't know how many is there. There's a bunch of them. Of course, all of them are not artifacts. Some of them stone I'm fixing to get into. A couple of them are. The rest of them are artifacts. Some of them, those blunts that I found, I'll get them out and clean them up. But this was from this morning in another field. A big chunk right there. I'm fixing to try to get something out of. The rest of it's artifacts, tools, and broken pieces. I don't even remember if I got anything in there complete or not. That's some heartbreakers. I'll go through them. We'll do a cleanup after a while. Pitiful. Well, I made it back. I'll show you these right quickly. Around the tools. I won't keep them. I won't handle them much because it'll take a long time, and I don't want to make this a great long cleanup. Pretty colors in the tool. It'll be old choppery deal. It's pretty material. Found a ton of blunts. Part of these I found yesterday. That one I did. Found that one today. That one was found yesterday. Today. That one yesterday. That's today's find. I don't know when I found that one. I think I found it today. Any colors in there? Got a little tip damage. I normally don't show these, but that's a heartbreaker. It's a monster of a piece. Thin. Pretty work on it too. It's an old break. Sad. A little ruffian. Another heartbreaker. That little worked up by Dana. This is one of yesterday's finds. I think it's probably a tip that's been reworked. That's what I'm guessing it is. It's one of yesterday's finds. There's a pretty color in it. And this one today. Little job. And this one today. That's a pretty good point. About missed it. And this one today does have cortex on the bottom of it. It's got some bands in it too. And I found this big sandy yesterday evening. It's a nice Harrisburg big sandy. Copper and red. I like them colors. I found this today, and I think I utilized it as a bead. I believe it's a crinoid stem, but it feels like it's been ground. The edge doesn't have that. Most crinoid stems is kind of like a penny on the edge. They got little ribs that you can feel with your thumb. You can see those still, but you can't feel them. It's like they've been ground off, and the outside edge has been made thinner than back here at the hole, like it's been ground on both sides, and it's kind of been made circular across the top and across this side too. And that's what I believe they were. It's probably, I'm satisfied it's a crinoid stem, but I believe they used it as a bead. Super cool. I like it. I find some of those, but most of the time they're as thick on the edge as they are in the center. I don't know why this thing ain't focusing. There it is. But this one's been narrowed down. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Had a bunch of stuff. It's just nothing over the top, but I'll take points like that right there all day long. Later.